not relegated only to the 2020 race. There's an unfortunate truth. Anti-Semitism has a home in the Democratic Party. It does. I mean, Ilhan Omar is praised by the higher ups in the Democratic Party, despite saying routinely and
Wait, hold on. I gotta prepare myself for this one. Hold on. Wait a second. Anti-Semitism has a home in the Democratic Party. Will you tell me how? No, you're just gonna tell me Ilhan Omar. Okay, well, I guess how would be Ilhan Omar. But okay.
anti-Semitic things. Every 2 weeks, she has to apologize for anti-Semitism. She's like that GIF from Futurama.
Can you show me why or where she's apologizing and what did she say?
Days since accident. The person who goes up and nails up a 1 and then the 1 falls down to reveal a 0. Days since anti-Semitism. Ilhan Omar, usually it's about 10, and then she has to reset it back to 0. So you'll recall that Ilhan Omar, like literally 2.5 weeks ago, tweeted out, "It's all about the Benjamins."
Hold on. I can't prepare myself for this one. This one sucks. This one's so fucking retarded. This is so fucking stupid. The All About the Benjamins tweet. Okay, here we go. We're diving into the All About the Benjamins tweet. Ready?
With regard to American support for Israel, as though the Jews, the nefarious Jews, were paying off Americans to support Israel.
Okay. So, it's true that the Israeli government has been paying the United States government, and because of that, the United States government supports Israel. That is a true fact. Okay? That's just true.
And then
there's $300,000 given. It's the same thing with campaign finance. It's like campaign finance money. I'm pretty sure it's like most of it, and then that person gets in the office, and then they do the bidding of
nefarious Jews. With regard to American support for Israel, as though the Jews, the nefarious Jews, were paying off Americans to support Israel.
But Israel was paying off the Americans. Sure, it's not the Jews, but Israel is Jewish.
Okay. And then she apologized for it, but not really. She says, "No, I never apologized for being anti-Semitic." And she walked back her own apology.
You've since apologized unequivocally for the tweet. You've said rightly that anti-Semitism is real. But just to be clear, I mean, we're a few weeks on now.
I mean,
what were you apologizing for? Was it a badly worded tweet that you were apologizing for? Or was it for being anti-Semitic wittingly or unwittingly?
Oh, absolutely not. I apologized for the way that my words made people feel. The reason and the purpose of the apology was to make sure that the people who were hurt felt understood and heard.
Okay, that's
okay. This clip doesn't mention why they were hurt, and because this is the exact holy fuck. I don't want to get into. Oh my god, I can't get into the fucking ridiculous hypocrisy of this. Her saying this is like the exact same thing people like Brett Kavanaugh was saying when Ben Shapiro was saying about anytime Donald Trump, he's having to apologize for Donald Trump and stuff like that, whatever, right? Is that people felt a certain way and she's addressing it. People felt a certain way about Donald Trump and Ben Shapiro was addressing it. It's the same thing, and Ben Shapiro forever was saying you can't call people racist when they're not being racist. You can't just, and now he's just labeling her an anti-Semite and she's not actually an anti-Semite. It's the same fucking, it's literally in a mirror fucking image.
That's an amazing non-apology, right? That's so
right. She didn't even mention anything about being anti-Semitic. She just ignored that question because it's a good question to ignore because it's a debate question.
So face Ilhan Omar. I mean, on the cover of Rolling Stone, with Nancy Pelosi, smiling and grinning away, open anti-Semite. Open anti-Semite.
How is she never...
Semite. So is Rashida Tlaib.
Could you tell me where she's an open Semite? She was just...
also an open anti-Semite, who in the past has suggested.
Okay, now he's straight up just calling everybody an anti-Semite without really any reason. The exact same thing he was advocating. Well, the exact same thing he was advocating for in terms of people being called racist, like Brett Kavanaugh and Donald Trump. But it's okay, guys. You can just flip it onto. Okay. Oh, and Islamophobia. It's literally a mirror. This is fucking okay.
That American Jews are rife with dual loyalty. That American Jews only like Israel because they're actually secretly nefarious Jewish workers for the Jewish state. The Jews! It can't be that American Jews are supportive of Israel because Israel is the home of Jews protecting Jewish lives. Israel is a democracy, the only democracy in the region, and the place all over the world where Muslims have the...
It's funny because the reason why it's the only democracy in the region is because the United States stormed in and fucking changed all of their democratic elected leaders to fucking dictators. It's okay, boys.
Most rights, right? It can't be because of that.
I don't know about that. The most rights, except for the fact that they don't have any rights for Palestinians. So yeah, sure, the most rights for Jews, but nobody else.
It has to be because it has to.
Which you could apply to so many fucking nations of the past. France, the Napoleonic age. Yeah, France did great strives for human rights. Great, they did amazing. Oh my God, the couple like bills that Napoleon himself like advocating for passing, amazing steps towards human rights, but only for French people. The United States, amazing rights for all of these people except for black people and Irish people at a certain time and the natives. But you know what? Great strides for human rights, the most human rights in the world, but only towards white people. Germany had lax gun laws. Anyone could own a gun. They were advocating for the First Amendment or the Second Amendment. Sorry, they the private businesses and all these cool things that you would agree with, Ben Shapiro. You would love them, but they were only for the Aryan race. Fuck.
It has to be because Jews are nefarious secret agents of the Israeli state. That's really why all of this is happening. Rashida Tlaib tweeted something out about that 3 months ago. No apology from Rashida Tlaib. So open anti-Semitism totally fine inside the Democratic Party.
Okay, but how is it anti-Semitic? Because to a normally fucking human being, those words are not anti-Semitic, but you're just labeling them as such without real evidence. The exact same thing you blamed a bunch of other people for, in terms of like racism and people labeling other people as like Islamophobics. But okay.
And Ilhan Omar, that apology is an incredible apology. Imagine that you get in a fight with your spouse, and you say something truly terrible to your spouse. I mean, you do essentially what Ilhan Omar did. You call your wife a whore. I mean, she's...
Nope. Okay, I'm going to tell you the real analogy here. Okay, your wife... Hold on, let me see if I can actually word this properly. Okay. You and your wife are in a dispute over who controls or who okay. You and your wife are in a dispute about who controls the house. Your wife has decided to split the house 50-50 and you're going to sell the house and split the profits 50-50. Your wife instead walked into the house, planted her flag right in the dead center of it, and said, "This is my house. I have the right to this house. I've been living here for the past 20 years. This is my house." Okay? And you went to the judge and said, "Hey, this fucking crazy lady is living in the house that we agreed to sell and to split the profits on." That's the correct analogy, because what's happening in Israel is that after World War II, it was agreed that the Jewish population would get a state, Israel, and in the middle of the Palestinian land, and it was agreed upon that the land would be split, or Jerusalem specifically would be split straight down the middle. You know what happened? Israel just walked to wherever the fuck they wanted and put their shit down and said, "This is ours."
She's basically suggesting that American Jews and Americans who support Israel are whores who can be bought off with money. That's basically...
Where did she say that? What she suggested is that the Israeli government is paying off the United States government. Not that she's paying, that Jews in the States are being paid off by them because Jews. No, she's suggesting that a regime, the Israeli government, is paying off the United States government so that the United States government doesn't attack them, right? So this applies to the coal industry. The coal industry gives donation fund. This is the whole AOC video. The coal industry gives a specific. So you're running for president of the United States, and you get $20 million or $200 million from the coal industry. The coal industry gives you $200 million, and then you get into office, and you sign off on, and you make executive orders and sign off on bills to deregulate and make that coal industry super fucking happy. And you pass laws banning the use of solar panels, and everybody must use coal. Okay, so you got paid off. Okay, so the Israeli government, as a governmental fucking, like, they're a government, and they so happen to be Jews, is what's going on right now. Okay, so the Israeli government is a regime who's breaking the treaty they signed with the Palestinians to share Jerusalem and the rest of the land. They're breaking the treaty they signed. But because they're paying off the United States just kind of looks away like, oh, we like you, Israel. Oh, we're on your side. Don't worry about it. Those damn Muslims.
What she suggested when she said it's all about the Benjamins. Imagine you said to your wife, you know what, sweetheart, you're a whore. And then she said, well, that's a pretty awful thing to say. How dare you? That's an evil, terrible thing to say. And he said, you know what, I apologize for how my words made you feel.
No. Okay, back to my analogy. You went to the judge and and you said, hey, this batshit crazy lady has walked into my house and taken over the entire house and won't let me inside, even though we agreed on this deal. And then you both meet in court, and she's crying, and you're like, sorry, my words hurt your feelings, but X is still true. You walked into my house and fucking took my shit.
No, it's the thing you said that's evil. It's the thing you said that's bad. But Ilhan Omar never apologized really for those comments, but we were all supposed to overlook that because so fresh, so face, and of course she can claim in her intersectional way that she is a minority woman from Somalia who is a Muslim, and therefore that's the reason people are angry, not because she's a rabid anti-Semite.
No. That's like, yeah, no, people are whatever.
She's been consistently anti-Semitic for legitimately her entire career. It's not because of that.
Okay, but how? Can you give me like real, like, can you correlate the two? Like, can you show me like the definition of anti-Semite and like other anti-Semites and directly connect Ilhan Omar to those people? Like, okay, so Hitler. How many connections can you make between Ilhan Omar and Hitler? Can you show me those right now? It's not like, right, you have to dig way deeper than that. But like, can you do that? Can you show me like the actual factual evidence that she's an anti-Semite, not some tweet she made, which is clearly not anti-Semitic?
Because she's a Muslim woman that people are very angry at her. Weird, because there are lots of Muslims that I know who are not anti-Semitic. And yet she is anti-Semitic. So I have very little faith that this has anything to do with Islam. I have a lot of faith that it has to do with her being a blatant anti-Semite.
Okay, so what about, okay, so now flip that. Her words aren't about Jews, it's about the the Israeli regime. I fucking wonder, dude.
Is the reason why people are upset with her.
Nope, not that one. Fuck that. I'm not watching that pro life. I'm gonna blow my head off. I have one more video to go
Just to give you an idea.
Stop. Doing this fucking.